Come on, let's go down to the living room. Watch TV then. If you can't be in bed, you can watch TV. Let's go. Come on. You cannot be with me in here. Joe. Here.
Sorry about that. I'm trying to get my camera set back up again because I had to take it off to get back in here because I'm going for my phone. So, but I've got the old Red Baron, so I can see now. Let me get back up here to the chat. We've got quite a few in the chat. Thank you so much for coming in. We were having some technical problems there at the beginning. Mike's Chaotic Gardening, Jane Doe, Milk and Honey Farms, Greg Bryson. Thank you all for being here. Rudy Aretta with autism. Arc Wildman Survival. Sorry, Arc. Ginger Ninja, Rick Thalen, Purple Tea Bear, welcome. Prepper 101. All right, there. I think I've said hi to everybody. If I've missed anybody, I'm sorry because I'm trying to look at the computer and the screen at the same time. But thank you for putting up with that. Now we've got quite a few in here. We were having some technical difficulties there for a moment. So Tigsy enjoys gardening. Welcome. Courtney just had to get her son settled and she'll be right back. So Joe had to work tonight, so I'm filling in. I really appreciate being invited to guest host. Howie, greetings, Earthlings, and Howie. So I'm trying to look both ways. If you hear the Red Baron, I'm sorry. So yeah, we had some technical difficulties and we had to restart the live stream.
Sorry, guys. Okay. Sorry. My son, I put him to bed and then he came back down. So thank you guys for coming in and hanging out. So we have Mike's Chaotic Gardening. Jane Doe is here. Thank you so much. Greg, thank you for being here. Arc Wildman, Ginger Ninja, thank you for being here. Rick, it looks like Purple Tea Bear is here. Thank you. Prepper 101. Thank you guys. We have Howie, Food Forest Permaculture. Serena's here. Thank you for being here. And okay, we've got Simply Jan, Built on a Rock Homestead. Thank you guys. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry.
I think you got them all. I tried to say hi to everybody while you were gone. So.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you guys for coming in and hanging out. And I'm sorry it was a weird, but it's not me. It's totally YouTube. So.
Yeah, there's something funny going on.
For sure. I thought it was like, oh crap, this is my first time going by myself without Joe here and it doesn't work. I'm like, really? Yeah. Really?
Catherine Morin, that was confusing. Yes, it was very confusing to us too because we were live, but it wasn't showing up everywhere it's supposed to, and it was confusing. So I'm glad you found the right stream.
Is that Tigsy? Tigsy? Thank you so much. Hello. Thank you for coming in. Enjoys gardening. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. Okay, so it's gardening season. We aren't canning anything just quite yet, but we will be. So I'm going to be talking about everything I planted in the garden this year. And I know my number one thing that I had planted that I'm super excited about that I've never planted before is I'm planting garbanzo beans.
Ooh. Those are so here's a fun fact about canning garbanzo beans. Save the liquid that you get in the jars after you can it. That is a vegan egg substitute. Now I know you don't have any shortage of eggs at your house at the moment.
No.
But in the winter, when you do have a shortage, You can actually use that to replace eggs in baking. So
Yeah, that's really cool. What are the ratios? Do you know?
I cannot remember off the top of my head. I am not that good, but I've used it with success, and I did a video about it a long time, like a couple years ago.
Oh, okay.
I want to. Oh, I don't want to guess. Let me look. I might be able to look it up. But yeah, it's really nice. So like I use it sometimes when I'm baking a cake in the winter and I don't have any eggs, and you know, the whole house wants cupcakes. And I've used it when I can my cake mixes in place of
Oh,
eggs
okay.
too. So
Oh, one thing I wanted to say, Built on a Rock Homestead. I did get your package. However, it was severely damaged and there was nothing in it. So if you can possibly email me, I'll put my email address out there. If you can email me or email Joe or something to get a hold of me, I can send you a picture. The post office said that I would need to contact you and you would need to file a claim since you insured the package. But there was nothing in it, and they wanted a picture of the actual package as well. So I can send that to you. But it was severely damaged. There was like, I couldn't believe it. I've never seen an actual post office envelope damaged before because usually they're so hard. They're even hard for me to even open typically. And so I was just kind of shocked by that. So if you can get a hold of one of us, that would be great. Aw, it was a bell. I am so sorry. I don't know what happened. But yeah, I was kind of mad at the post office, but they said that they didn't do it. So I don't know.
of course they didn't. They
My
always say
post
that.
office. They said it was caught in the machine. But that's, I mean, that could be anything. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm
I did
sorry.
find. I looked it up.
Oh, okay.
It's 2 tablespoons of what they call it aquafaba, and that is just the
Oh,
juice that you drain off when you can garbanzo beans, and you can use
oh,
it for
okay.
store bought garbanzo beans or home canned, and it's just 2
Okay.
tablespoons.
Man,
Replaces
that
one.
doesn't seem like a whole lot. So
It
it's 2
replaces one.
tablespoons for 1 egg to
Yep.
replace 1 egg?
Yep.
Okay.
And they even like can beat them and make them fluffy too. So, but then you got to add like some cream of tartar and vanilla or something to make them
Yeah.
meringue type too, if you wanted to do like something like that.
Okay. Thank you guys. Please make sure to give us a thumbs up. I don't know where that thumbs up came from. I don't know if that's on LinkedIn. Oh, no, it's on Facebook Live. Thank you for the thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Please make sure you give us a thumbs up, share us out, tell everybody that we're live tonight. And I'm sorry I wasn't there on Tuesday. Just had some issues going on with Fred. I have issues every day with Fred, but that night was in particular. So
Fred has good days and Fred has bad days, and we're all going to be understanding because we love Fred.
yeah. Well, right now he's having a weird because he's autistic, so his autism the past couple weeks has been really bad. Like he's been all over the place. I don't know why. Today when his teacher handed him off to me, she said he was just all over the place today, just not at the present moment. He was in his head all over the place. And I don't really know why.
Well, the weather changed, and it changed kind of drastically. It went from cold to super hot, really drastically. Kids are sensitive to stuff like that.
I'm
you got
hoping that's what it is, and he's just not going through something that I can't help him with. Kind of sucks.
It does. It's hard when they can't talk.
Yes. And that's another thing he hasn't been doing. He hasn't like talked or spoken in weeks. So it's just been very strange. So anyway, this is another thing we're doing. So Wednesday I take him he has speech therapy at school, but I give him extra speech therapy at another place. So we go there and I wanted to see if I would give him more OT, I think it's what it's called,
Yeah.
which is like a physical therapy. So I had to think about it for a minute and see where my finances were and talk to my husband about it. So during the summer, he's going to get OT, which is like a physical therapy and speech
It's
therapy every Wednesday.
and it's like life skills. Evelyn does it, and it's like life skills. Like um, they taught her like to cut better, so she could eat better with her spoon. And they're working with
Oh,
like making letters, forming letters. So it's physical therapy, but it's like life skills. So
okay.
it's kind of nice. I take Evelyn every Monday to OT, and she has a half
Okay.
hour of OT every Monday. But they kind of work with like what they're doing at school or with what they need help with at home. Like she couldn't put on her coat by herself, so they worked on teaching her how to zip her coat.
Hmm.
So if there's
Interesting.
anything like, yeah, so if there's anything like that comes up, then that's what we always mention it, and then they work on it. They figure out how to
Yeah.
apply to what they're doing.
So that's what he'll be doing over the summer. And then of course he's doing like they have like an early school that he'll be going to in August. So I'll be taking him to that. It's just a lot of extra running around, but that's all I can do. Like he has to do this stuff. So then on top of it all, well now I get the summer off. Well, I work my 4 days next week and then I get the entire summer off, which is nice.
Nice.
And then I go back in the fall, but I'll be going back like at the end of August. And I'm kind of excited about that.
Yeah,
So
that's fun.
yeah, let's see what this new job is gonna do for me. What else? I don't know. I was so busy today. I had to wake up extra early and take my son to breakfast buddies.
I saw you posted that. That was a great picture of the two of you. That was cool.
Yeah. We had fun, but the last couple times the school made like a breakfast for everybody, they had these horrible, horrible frozen donuts that
Oh,
they had thawed out or something, and they had less sugar in them or something. My son wouldn't even eat them. I'm like, "That's pretty bad where Fred wouldn't even eat a donut."
donut.
Like,
Yeah.
they were horrible. So, I was like, "Oh, it's gonna be another one of them." I'm like, so I went in with a different kind of attitude towards it, but they were different donuts. For some reason, they had coffee-filled, like, flavored ones, and I'm like, "Kids are not gonna like that. Why did you choose that?" Like, that's freaking weird, man. Like, but whatever. I had speech therapy as a kid. I'm audio dyslexic and couldn't say half the sounds. Oh, I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Well, I hope it's a lot better for you now than it has, when you were younger. So, yeah, so that's just the stuff I'm going through with Fred right now. The garden is doing really, really great, guys. In the beginning, I was like kind of concerned because the weather has been extremely hot for spring. And I didn't even get any lettuce this year. And typically, if I plant lettuce early, I get it. Well, we've had just had so many issues this year. One, the weather turning hot really, really fast, and then chickens coming in the garden. So we are now 6 chickens less than we
Oh,
were before because we just can't have them coming in the garden and
yeah.
eating the stuff that we work so hard to grow over the winter,
Right.
Um, so yeah, that's what we had to do. So I did plant some lettuce. If you saw my last video, I had bought a sunshade and put it over top of the lettuce so it doesn't get that hot sun on it and make it bitter. So we are expecting more rain tonight into tomorrow morning. Yeah.
Oh, that
Really
means I'm
scary.
getting rain. That means I'm getting rain next week.
Yeah. Jacking me hungry for crispy donuts. No, I don't really like sweets that much. I am not a sweets person. I had never have been. I'm more of like a salty kind of person. Like I like salty stuff.
I just discovered these are new from Little Debbie's. They're birthday cake moon pies. Oh my gosh. And they taste like super vanilla-y. So there. Where's CR? I'm talking about food and making everybody hungry. Where's CR should be here.
Yeah, where are you, CR?
Yeah, we miss you.
Yeah, and I'm sorry that you guys that this live was kind of jacked up in the beginning, but there's nothing I could do about that.
It
I don't even
happens.
know if it's still there or if it's there now after looking. So I'll check on it. Oh, yep, there we are. It finally popped up. Cool. Is it in here though? Mm-mm. I don't know what's going on with this, but I don't like it. But anyway, you guys, we have several things going on with Grow Big TV. We have like lots of contests and stuff. So make sure to see your guys' videos. If you joined any of the contests this year, just make sure that you make your video. I would like to take a look at each one and see what's going on. Boom, I'm here, says the Marshmallow Man.
Boom.
Jay Dixon wants to know if you plant moon pies, do you grow more?
No. But if you plant by the right moon sign, you grow better and more plants. That's what the old wives tell me.
The biggest problem growing up was when no one knew dyslexia existed. Girls didn't get ADHD. Yeah, I was told that too, that girls didn't get ADHD, that they could get ADD. And so, yeah, I was told that, but um I don't know. I don't know how all that works.
My mother will argue with you because she kept me away from red dye because I was hyper. If you think I'm hyper and talk fast now, just give me something with red dye in it. And I'll bounce off the wall.
Really?
Oh yeah, I'll literally be bouncing off the walls with anything with red food dye in it. And my son, he could drink squirt, but you give him the red grapefruit squirt, bounce it, just literally boing boing boing. So
Wow.
it's not just me; it's hereditary.
That's crazy. I didn't know all that. But I typically don't give my son anything with red dyes in it. He does love orange. Everything has to be orange.
Orange can have some red dye in it.
Oh, because he'll be like, orangey, orangey. That's what he wants.
But they took most of those red food dyes that bothered me out of production. So that's helpful.
Yeah, Kaylin, I don't know what's going on with it. It's really weird. So I'm sorry, guys. I feel like I failed, but I really don't think it is my fault. I think it's YouTube doing some funky, doing the funky chicken. My nephew is the same with red dyes, even ice pops. Oh, I never thought about ice pops. I do give my, but you know what? My son doesn't like usually the red ones. He goes for orangey. Everything has to be orangey.
And the red ones are my favorite, even though I know the dye bothers me.
Okay, Mona, thank you for finding us. Sorry, we're just having, I guess, technical issues tonight. Lots of dyes get me canker sores. That's weird. Hey, 54 Cal, thank you for coming in. So, yeah. I don't know. If you guys have any canning questions, feel free to ask. Just make sure anything and everything is in all caps when you ask those questions. That way it stands out from the rest so we know that you're actually asking a legitimate question. Yes, actually, Ginger Ninja, we stopped doing the vitamin B12 thing. We used to do the things that you squirt into the drinks, and we stopped doing that because all of them have vitamin B12 in them. And that vitamin B12 has cyanide in it. So we stopped doing that once we figured that out. But it's been really, really hard to find like drinks on the go that don't have that B12 in it. Every single one has B12. You have to really look.
Okay. So Serena asked a question about bread and butter pickles. How much? I lost it there. But for 6 pints, so you'd have to divide this by 6 to get a single pint. It has 3 cups of sugar. So if that helps, figure out how much would be in 1 pint.
Terry, just look on your bottle and it will tell you. I forget what it's called. It's not obviously, it's not called cyanide and it's not called sewage water. It's called chromium something. Check your bottles. And it'll tell you whether or not you have it. And I stopped taking some of my vitamins because of it. You have to look on Amazon or go to a vitamin shop to take a look. Yeah, I stopped doing energy drinks because as soon as I have an energy drink, I get a bladder infection. So I was doing energy drinks. I would have like a half of a Monster. I love like the sugar-free Monsters. I would like have half of a one before I went to work, and I was doing that for like a week. And when I noted, I woke up one morning, I had a bladder infection and had to go to the Minute Clinic to get that fixed. So yeah, you have to really watch. I can't do energy drinks anymore. Yeah, they're not good for you anyway. So I shouldn't have been drinking. Thank you, Happy Mac. That's what it's called right there. What Happy Mac just wrote. So if you see that on your pill bottles or your vitamins or anything like that, get rid of it because that is basically cyanide.
I think I'm glad I gave up Mountain Dew because I think that's in Mountain Dew.
I'm sure it is. It's in everything. And they sneak it in there. And it doesn't need to be in there.
No.
Like those things that you squirt in your drink, like I don't need the B12. I just was doing it because it's convenient. So now we have stopped drinking bottled water altogether. We got a machine that I put in the it's not really a machine, it's a filter thingy. I put in the refrigerator and it turns our well water into nice water.
Yeah.
Yes. And so I have a cup. By the way, I don't drink Dunkin' Donuts. This is the only thing I can have at Dunkin' Donuts that doesn't make me sick is this cup. So I bought this on Valentine's Day because it even has a little heart for the straw. But anyway, I filled this up and I've been using Crystal Light. Or I just put lemon water or make a lemon water drink, which is more refreshing. And so that's what I've been doing. By the way, Crystal Light isn't any better, but we've been buying the packets that you just pour in there, and that doesn't have the B12. You really just have to watch and read. And I know I stood there for a while, and there was this chick beside me who needed the Kool-Aid or something, and I was reading the backs of the packages because I want to know what is in there, you know? So it's just really, really, really frustrating. Yeah. And so far, I really like the water that it's producing. It tastes good. Tastes like bottled water without the plastic bottle. So that's what I'm doing. Anything with aspartame, it makes my autoimmune worse.
Oh, I can't do aspartame.
It's amazing what we are completely fooled about because I work with a woman who said that she went to a nutritionist because she was on the verge of diabetes. Not really. She was like pre-diabetic.
Yeah.
And so she went to a nutritionist to try and lose some weight and to figure it out and whatever. And the nutritionist told her that drinks that have aspartame in them are okay and that there's no real evidence proving the nasty side effects. I'm like, I think we're a little bit behind on the times. Like, who the heck? If I went to a nutritionist and they told me that, I would leave immediately because they obviously don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah. I'd be questioning paying for that appointment because they're very outdated. But they get so focused on like their thing, they don't like see the big picture of some of the things we eat that are killing us.
So 54 Cal, are you having a baby? Is that what you're saying? I'm like, what does that mean? What does that even mean? I don't know. But either way, guys, just
congratulations, I think, are in order. I think.
Congrats.
Yeah. Hey.
I don't know what that means. Sorry. Yeah.
Yes, that's true, Serena. They do sometimes, like high caffeine is an issue for some people with heart arrhythmias. I know they told me to cut out the caffeine. I still had the heart arrhythmia and I was grumpy from no caffeine, but I did cut it out. Didn't help, but I did cut it out. I really need to take that a lot more seriously. My cousin, and let me preface this story by saying my cousin is alive now, but my cousin was out with no pulse and no respirations for 5 minutes last week, and they had to put in a defibrillator. They did revive her, and she is alive, but yeah, we have a huge family history of heart problems. So that's one of the reasons I cut Mountain Dew out of my diet. And I'm trying to cut out Dr. Pepper now. But
how is that working for you?
I have a gallon of kombucha right here.
I know you love your Dr. Pepper.
I love my Dr. Pepper, so I'm having a hard time. I made iced tea, which is still caffeine. It's still caffeinated, but not as much as, and it's not carbonated. But I have kombucha and I have milk kefir brewing. We'll see if I can find something I like to substitute, but I don't see that working out well.
Okay, so I talked a little bit about hello, Dorte Woods. We talked a little bit about garbanzo beans, and I'll be growing those in my garden. I hope to can them, and I'm sorry, I was frozen for a second. I hope to can them, but I'm not really sure. This year, I'm growing a ton of beans, so I'm hoping to sell those at my vegetable stand in the farmers markets, and I have a ton of tomatoes this year, which you'll get to see when you come up here. I'm so excited.
Yes. Oh, it's only like 2 weeks away.
I know.
3 weeks away.
So 3 weeks away. I should probably clean my house.
It's just us. And I don't know if we'll be able to really come too much early because Becca and Billy are both working and they have to get back. So I got to figure that out. We'll talk how that's working. But because we're riding together. So I don't know. But yeah.
It'll be fun. I can't wait.
I'm excited. What kind of adventure can we get into this time?
I don't know.
Let's see. We've done the hardware store, and we've done Smucker's jams and jellies.
Yeah, we did the behold.
Yeah, I like that. That was really cool.
That was really cool.
Boy, we need to plan an adventure for this adventure.
We need to find an Amish dude to drive us around. We need a buggy ride.
I don't know. We had fun. Were you with Becca and I when we stopped and just talked to that guy for like half an hour? Yeah. That was fun. Well, he's the guy that sent us the diorama. Yeah. So
I
don't know.
I do want to go to Berlin Seeds.
Yes.
That's going to be one of my trips. So I'm going to definitely buy a thing of, there's some stuff I just really want to buy. And I really need to go there.
My pink champagne currant, I got that at Bear Root. It has more than tripled in size and it's got fruit. It's setting fruit on it. So I'm really excited to see how it's got a ton of fruit on it. So I'm really excited to see what that tastes like because I've never had the pink ones before. I've had red, white, and black currants, but never pink.
I've seen too many videos of people over 100 always saying that they either drink a glass of wine every day or Dr. Pepper every day. Most of them drink Dr. Pepper and was still kicking. Yep. There you go, Tammy. You're gonna live forever.
Ginger Ninja, you are my most favorite person right now. If I can have Dr. Pepper and live a long, healthy life. We'll see.
There you go.
My family has a really poor cardiac history, so.
Oh.
Hey, at 56, I've already outlived most of the men in my family. Oh. Although my dad did live to be almost 80.
Oh, Gil just said hi to us. It was on the other side.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Okay, Jay has a question. Jay Dixon, do you do fermentation? Any tips for beginners? I do have a Facebook fermentation group, and there is a guy in there that just, the things he ferments just amazes me. It's called Rebel Fermenters. I am really teaching myself fermentation. I went to the Mitten Homesteaders Conference last weekend and took classes, and that's where they gave me the kombucha and the kefir to try. So those are two things I haven't tried. Of course, I do sauerkraut, and I've done some lacto fermenting vegetables with whey, and I love to make yogurt. So yeah, I guess I do a lot of fermentation, but mostly I didn't do any of that with my parents growing up except the sauerkraut. So it's all new to me. Yeah. I'm learning.
The only thing that we ferment here is hot sauce.
Oh yes, hot sauces. So, if you just want to get into doing like one thing and you like hot sauce, start by fermenting peppers. They're the easiest thing to ferment, I've found, and the results are always wonderful. And if you feel like you messed it up, you can add a little more sugar to make it not so acidic, or a little more pepper powder to make it have more zing. So you really can't mess it up too much.
Yeah, I bought my husband a fermentation kit that has like all the little fancy lids for the air to leak out and all that stuff. I bought it for him a long time ago to make so he could start making all of his hot sauce because he grows some of the hottest peppers ever.
Yes.
So I'm excited about that to get him more into that and stuff. So
he grows peppers that scare me.
Yes. Ferment garlic and honey. My kids take it every they even start feeling bad.
Even if you don't like garlic, by fermenting it in honey, it takes the bite out. And then garlic is so good for you. It is nature's own antibiotic. What do they say? They say that, taking 8 cloves is similar to something else.
Yeah, but it's really hot. So how do people just take
not in the honey? That's the thing. The honey takes the heat out of it.
Oh, okay.
It mellows it right out. Of course, I love roasted garlic, so I put it on my pizza. Garlic. I could eat 8 cloves on a slice of pizza and be happy. So, but they say 8 cloves twice a day is the same as something else. I don't want to say it because I don't want to. This is not my channel, so I'll just say that's my recommendation: is 8 cloves in the morning, 8 cloves at night would be the same as what you would get otherwise.
LP, or you can ask gardening questions. You can ask Tammy any questions regarding canning. Tammy is the Rebel canner herself, so she will answer any questions you have. Or like if you have any questions for me, you can, feel free to do so. But
ask Courtney the gardening questions. I can't get that to. There we go. the gardening questions. She's the gardener. I am not the gardener. I am lazy. My idea of gardening is a food forest that maintains itself.
I just planted like a half a tray of purple coneflower in my food forest.
Ooh.
I'm hoping that it takes
Mhm.
and that do deer eat that?
No.
No. I thought it was deer resistant.
Yes.
So I'm hoping that animals don't eat it, like because it's just little sprouts.
Oh, do you want any hostas? Deer
No,
can eat them.
I have plenty. I would
Okay.
love to, but I have plenty, and I haven't put them in my food forest. They're not in there.
Okay.
So
They are edible. Hostas do count for food forest because the
yeah.
shoots are. So
Yes, echinacea is purple coneflower. Yes.
yes.
And I also have a half a tray of St. John's wort that I need to plant. And
Mhm.
I was really excited. My golden seal popped up.
Ooh,
So
nice.
yeah.
You're
Uh,
getting quite the herbs in there.
yeah, that's I have valerian that's spread all through there. My onions have really taken off. My grapes have really popped up a lot. Like I'm excited. I don't have any grapes on them yet, but they've really shot up. So I'm excited
Nice.
about that. I have God, I can't think of it right now. See if it's on here. No, that's not it. I can't think of it right now. It's comfrey. That's it.
Oh, that's
My comfrey went and bloomed, and it has these
nice.
beautiful little purple flowers all over it. So
Oh, the bees love comfrey.
yeah, I'm excited about that because it seems to really be thriving where it's at. And I planted it right next to some of my plum trees that we planted.
Mhm.
So I'm hoping that, it helps those out. And yes, I have nasturtiums. Yeah, nasturtiums all over the garden, and they come back every year. So um,
This
I
is
have a
like the
couple in my lettuce bed I didn't touch because I didn't want to touch them. I'm like, they just stay in there.
they're not doing anything wrong.
No,
You
I
just
didn't pull
you
them out.
just harvest the flowers when you harvest your lettuce and throw them in the salad.
I don't eat nasturtium. I don't like it. It's too hot and peppery for me. However, the bees enjoy it a lot, especially it's usually like the last flower to go in my garden.
Mhm.
So I just let it do its thing. Did you grow your purples from seed? Yes, yes. I bought some purple coneflower. I can't remember where I got it from. Sorry. I can't remember where I got it from, but yeah, I got some purple coneflower and my St. John's wort and I planted them. I started them in a tray. And then I just my husband helped me transplant the purple coneflower. However, I do not have the St. John's wort in there yet. Not yet. But I'm hoping it survives and takes off because through there, Joe got me, I haven't got them yet because I won't get them till fall, but he bought me some saffron crocus.
Ooh,
And I'm
nice.
really excited about that. So I'm hoping to plant that in um like the food forest up and around there and around the purple coneflower and stuff. So
Nice.
hello,
I
Chef Tech.
plant
Thank you for coming in.
I planted 40 strawberries. Well, I should say I bought 40 strawberries and Billy Becca's husband planted 40 strawberry plants this year. So I'm hoping we have some strawberries.
Yeah. Oh, this year you got to see my strawberry bed. It's ridiculous. I had to put a cage around it because my chickens were eating them. They were going crazy in there, digging the plants up and stuff. So
Oh,
finally, we put a cage over it. I have so many strawberries in there; they're growing out of the cage, and they're just impacted in there. It's crazy. I had never seen so many strawberries. So I can't wait till they turn colors, and
nice.
Fred's going to be really excited because that's his favorite.
Nice. I heard you said something about your asparagus too.
Yes, yes. Okay. So every year so far, we haven't really eaten our asparagus. We do let it go into its tree
Mhm.
form. So it drops the seeds. Well, I noticed this year I have tons of little baby asparaguses, like the trees.
Nice.
They're all
Yeah,
over the bed.
they look like little
So,
ferns when they first come up.
yeah, yeah. And I'm really excited about that. Like, that's a bed that I just let it go and it does its own thing. And um, yeah, I love that.
I have strawberries as a ground cover for my asparagus. So then I don't have to weed my asparagus
Oh, that's nice.
because I'm lazy. I'm a lazy gardener.
No, it didn't need stratification for me. I just planted it and it's fine. I didn't do anything special to those seeds.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm reading. If I can get my good strawberries to grow like the wild strawberries, oh my gosh, my food forest is covered in wild strawberries. The problem is I can't, like, when they get strawberries on there, I can never get to them fast enough. The animals eat them first
Yeah.
because
Oh, well,
I literally like have ground, it's all ground covering, it's all strawberries, like the whole area. That and those violets.
yes. I just made violet oil. I've got to strain it with
Oh,
my violet. So I'm going to make that's for skincare. So
I bought asparagus crowns last winter, 4 in the package, and all 4 were growing. That's awesome. I have
nice.
purple, but my regular didn't pop up this year, and I
Hmm.
don't know why.
Maybe it'll be
Um,
later.
could be. I don't know. I was kind of worried about that it wasn't going to do anything, but I don't know because sometimes like the chickens get into things and I worry that they did something. And like if it doesn't pop up, I just blame my chickens because
Yeah. Asparagus is pretty hardy though. It
yeah.
should
Yeah,
it should come back. Once
I
it
hope
gets
so.
established. It takes 3 years to get established, but once it gets established, that stuff is hard to kill.
Yeah. So wild strawberries are just I don't know. My wild strawberries taste really good and they're little. They're actually the wild strawberries I think have more of a strawberry taste than actual strawberries. They're usually very, very strong. And they're like
Yes.
wee little. So you always leaves you wanting more, but there's never any more. Because it's
Yes. They're like this intense little flavor thing, and then you're like, that's all? And it takes so much to make jam. But the jam is so much more flavor. It's worth picking all the little tiny ones.
yes, and I actually seen it last year for the first time, Chef Tech. There is like an Indian strawberry. Is that what they call it? It's not a real
Strawberry.
strawberry.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that what it's
Squawberries
called?
come out. Yeah, squawberries look like strawberries. They're like they call them also the other name is mock strawberry. They don't have the flavor of a strawberry. They're very edible, but they come out here more like October and not in the
Mhm.
spring. And then like
So
you know how a strawberry hangs from underneath
this
the
one comes up the top.
little pedicles. This one's goes up. Yeah.
Yeah, so those mock strawberries literally have zero flavor, none. So
Yeah.
if you have like a side yard that's covered in those, then I can say that maybe you think your wild strawberries are just not strawberry. They're,
Yeah.
you know, that could be a reason. My husband was like, "Oh, I was eating those. You were okay." I'm like, "Those are not real strawberries." So just
They're edible. The Native Americans use them on their walks, for their winter grounds. They would eat them and they would dry them and dehydrate them and put them into stews and stuff, but they're not like you wouldn't make want to make jam out of them. It would be disappointing.
well, you know what? Now that I'm seeing a lot of things, I think you can really just make jam out of anything. I mean, people make jam out
Pretty
of
much.
so
If it's edible.
like you can make
If it's
jam
edible.
out of
Yeah.
If you have enough sugar in it, you can make a jam out of it.
Well, sugar is a preservative. That's what they're just basically you're just putting sugar and lemon juice in and preserving. You don't even need pectin, and you're just preserving fruit as a liquid form.
Yeah. No taste like my sister, but yeah, Terry, I did that. I painted rocks in my strawberry bed. The problem is, and this goes with blueberry bushes too, the birds don't eat them until they turn colors. My problem is I'm not out there to watch them turn colors. I have a busy life. So when I finally notice that they're turning colors, it's a little too late. They said that you can also make like little dangly things to put on your blueberry bushes. Make sure that their beads are blue. And you can hang those all over your blueberry bushes, and the birds will try to get those. However, I don't know if it's foolproof. I don't know if it works. I know the rocks with the strawberry thing didn't work for me. So that's something to think about, especially with your blueberry bushes. It's like basically making earrings for your blueberry bush. Just make really long dangly earrings for your blueberry bush. Make sure that they're blue, and the birds will go after them versus your strawberries. Strawberries. I mean,
I think I'll just.
I got strawberries on the brain
I
right
just
now.
have one blueberry bush. I think I'll just keep putting a cage over it once the flowers leave and the fruit starts with that.
Yeah, Ginger Ninja, we used to do that too. We don't want to feed them any more than we have to. By the way, I have birds all over in my carport. That's like attached to my garage. It's where I park my car. And birds were like crapping all down my car. I'm so mad. Like all over the window, all over the door handle, all the way down, like on my windshield. I was like, ew. So as soon as they are done having their babies, they're gone. They're out of there. Because I can't even park my car in there. I went to the car wash to wash my car, and the guy's like, man, birds really love to crap on your car, don't they? I'm like, yeah, thanks. Because okay, I'm too short and I can't swipe my credit card at the car wash. I have to open the door and get out and do it. Well, he saw me open my door to get out to do it, so he decided to come over and help me. I'm like, dude, just don't come over and help me. Then he's like, whoa, birds really love to crap on your car, don't they? I'm like, yes, thank you. And I'm like,
Thank you.
I can't reach the credit card thing either because I'm too short. And that's the same thing when I go through the bank. I can never reach it. I have to open the car door again.
Okay, I refuse to do the one you got to send it through the chute. I always just wait in line for the teller to put the little thing out because I hate trying to climb over to get to the chute to.
Wow, if that's the case, Jay, I welcome the bird. The birds can poop on my head. I welcome all the good luck that I could possibly get.
That's right.
However,
what is it? Under the Tuscan sun, bird poop is considered lucky in the Italian culture.
I absolutely love that. I love that movie.
Oh, that was one of my favorite movies.
I have it on DVD and I watch it every once in a while. It's on Netflix like now too, I think. Netflix or Hulu or whatever. So you can watch it. I can watch it constantly now if I wanted to. I love it when he's like, follow this. He's like, he's in the bus and he's like, you are gay and away. I love that movie.
Okay.
And like and then he gets out and he's like, follow the sunflower. And everyone's like, follow the sunflower. It cracks me up. Makes me laugh.
So I have a confession to make. I've come over to the other side. I've been watching Bridgerton.
Oh my gosh, I love Bridgerton. And they got a new episode. I haven't seen it yet. Tonight will be the night. We'll put Fred to bed again. And I'll watch it. I love Bridgerton. I love any British type old time movies. Love
it. They got me. I don't know how, but it started coming across my feed. it started coming across my feed constantly, and I started watching the little snippets of it. And then last weekend, I just did a whole movie marathon and watched all 3 seasons.
Oh my
And
God, isn't it
I just,
great?
oh yes, I'm like, now I've got to go watch the one about the Queen in
Oh,
Bridgerton.
Queen Charlotte.
Yes,
Yeah, that's really good too.
I wish I'd have watched that first because I heard you're supposed to watch it first and then watch
Oh,
Bridgerton.
well, it didn't come out
But
till I think afterwards.
I don't
So
know.
I
But
don't
that's
know.
my next. I'm gonna binge watch that one because it goes along with this one. So
Oh man,
this is like
I
the
haven't
prequel.
seen the other episodes. I'm really excited about it. Have any of you guys out there watched Bridgerton at all? Like, it is so good, you guys. So
Yeah.
good.
Well, I can't wait for the next episode. I don't know when it comes out even because I didn't. Usually when I start watching a TV series, they cancel it.
I
So hopefully,
I just like the old literature, like stuff that's been made into movies. I love Pride and Prejudice. I
yes.
love Wuthering Heights. Oh, have you seen Wuthering Heights?
Yep.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
love it.
Oh,
And so I just love all those. They're
read the book.
just oh, it's just wonderful, wonderful. Just takes you away. And so,
That time period. There's something about that time period and the way they dressed and
mhm. It was like, yeah, in a past life, I lived in that past life. I'm sure. Sure. My lettuce is doing good and the heat didn't make it taste bad. Well, that's good. I'm glad because I'm telling you what, I'm bound and determined to have lettuce this year, y'all. Bound and determined. Hello, Jennifer. Thanks for coming in. If you have any questions for Rebel Canners, if you guys haven't figured it out, we're really good friends.
in real
So I'm
life,
so
not
glad that
just on.
she's on the show with me tonight. So yeah, we're talking about everything, anything and everything. And so join us, chat with us, have fun.
Including how lazy a gardener I am in my food forest and Courtney's food forest. But it's hard to have a food. It's hard to food forest in our climate.
It is. I try to think of everything that's going to come back every year. And like
Yes.
things like I got to remember, this is another thing that's hard because I have poison ivies trying to get in there. I have wild roses trying to get in there. So I pull that stuff. I try to keep it out of there as much as possible. Then I also am afraid as well that one of these times I'm going to pick something I shouldn't. Like my golden seal.
Right.
So I think what I need to do is get like little signs. Like you know how museums have signs for their plants and stuff? I need something to mark the spot so nothing bad happens. Ooh, that's cool. Wait a minute, where are you getting arnica at?
I bought it at the health food store and it has the seeds in the package, so I'm planting it.
Nice.
So we'll see. I
Yeah.
can bring you some. I'll bring you a package with the seeds in it. You're better at starting them than I am. But this was the only thing that I have that I want in my garden. When I went to the Mitten Homesteaders, they make these, what was it? Let me see. I can't remember. I'll know the name here
I
in a second.
really like that. I need something that I can mark my stuff with so that it doesn't get accidentally pulled or
It's here. It is 7C's. Oops. 7C's Farmstead on Facebook.
okay.
And they do the wood thing. Oh, I didn't show you this. Arm out of the way.
By the way, Ginger Ninja, I am a huge Outlander fan, like huge. But I'm really upset with myself because I had to cancel Stars because they wanted literally $10 a month for it on top of what I was already paying for Hulu. I'm like, forget it. So I had to cancel it. And it's really, really made me sad. So go ahead. I'm sorry, Tammy.
That's all right. I love Outlander too. I read all the books. So, Cutting Board. Sassafras.
Oh, nice.
And that same company cut it for me.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yes. And then I have one more thing. I don't think they're in here.
I don't have any thunder right now. I hope not, anyway. I haven't really looked outside. I haven't seen any or heard anything.
One of the other companies had these blue ball earrings.
Mm-hmm.
They're making me 250 pairs, no, 100 pairs with my logo.
Nice.
So I will have those before Ohio.
Great.
So I had so much fun at the conference.
That's good.
It was a lot of fun. So many people there.
Red dye 40 is evil. Yes, it is.
Yes.
I'm sure there's lots of things out there that are completely evil.
Yeah.
Lots of things. I just like, really?
And I don't need food dyes. I don't need food dyes to eat food.
Mm-hmm. I don't need my macaroni and cheese to be so yellow. That's another thing. Doesn't that bother you?
Yeah.
Like that unnatural color.
Yeah.
I don't need that. Like, just,
I've
been making all my stuff from scratch. I really have.
I can't look at another box of baked macaroni and cheese. The kids here have been on a kick, and I'm like, you can eat it, but I don't even. Oh, it doesn't even appetite. Not even. No.
Not after a while. I also don't buy what I really love is the Velveeta mac and cheese, but I haven't bought that because it's so freaking expensive.
Oh, I know.
Why is it so expensive?
And it's not even real cheese.
Yeah. When I was little, I was severely allergic to red dye. I couldn't even wear clothes with red. Oh God, that's horrible. I'm so sorry.
That would be miserable.
Mm-hmm. Katie with nuclear plant orange. Yeah. Okay, if you use yellow turmeric in it. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a natural dye, or beet juice is a natural dye.
But I don't really need that.
No.
I'm okay, I don't know. You guys are making me hungry for mac and cheese, and I have I got a box of noodles and some real cheese. I just make my own. That sounds good.
Mm-hmm. Becca makes hers with heavy whipping cream and then garnishes it with bacon bits.
Oh,
very good.
That sounds good.
Yeah, where's CR? I'm trying to make him hungry, not you. No, just kidding.
Did you hear about the? Okay, Serena, I will say your joke. Here we go.
All right.
Did you hear about the bee that was allergic to honey? When it ate some, it got beehives.
I love it.
I wish I had sound effects. I don't.
I love it. I'm a beekeeper, so I love the bee jokes. Did I tell you that I caught a swarm this year? So I am back to having bees again. I'm so excited.
Nice.
Or maybe I should just say the bees are back to living at my house, because they just seem to do their own thing. And if I try to work with them, they leave. So I guess I'll just let them do their own thing this year.
Yeah, you're right, Ginger. Yes, Jane Doe. Thank you. I was going to say something, then I forgot. And then you just reminded me again. You guys, we have memberships.
Yes.
Did you know this? I don't think a lot of people know. We have memberships. They're starting as little as $2.99. And come and join and be a member of Grow Big TV. It helps us out. And you get things. You don't just join for nothing. You get stuff.
And you have a discount code, don't you, for MI Gardner still?
Yes. MI Gardner, if you go to MI Gardner, you hit hashtag, or if you type in hashtag grow big, you will get 10% off your order. And
So
if you go to Mary's Heirloom Seeds, and you can get 10% off your order as well. But she doesn't use the hashtag. You just type in grow big and you'll get your 10%.
nice. Very nice.
It got dark here pretty
I am.
fast in Bushcraft, so it's probably coming.
I am planning a trip to Emma Gardner's store.
Yeah,
I'm going in, I think it's July. So I hope that they still have I hope they still have seeds.
yeah. We
But I'm
wanted to
very
go
excited.
there, but it's not in the cards for us yet. We have some things that we need to pay off before we can go anywhere. So yeah. So if you want to go to those sites, then when you're checking out, use hashtag grow big or just grow big for Mary's, and you can get 10% off your seeds.
Nice. Very nice. Always nice to save money.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, it might. I'm not sure. I want to look now. You got me all paranoid. It's pretty dark out there, so I don't know. I can't tell. Or we'll get it later on in the evening. I'm not sure.
We don't need another storm here.
No, we don't.
If they're getting it in Minnesota, we'll probably get it by Monday.
I was gonna say we just had a bad storm last night.
Well, we had a tree fall on the house. It wasn't very much damage, but we had a tree fall the last storm. We had a tree fall on the house. We've got it off, and it's not very much damage. Insurance is going to take care of it, but not fun. Not fun.
No.
And I don't want it to rain until they fix the roof.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people have gotten a lot of damage to their houses. And then we had hail, but we didn't get that bad here. But around the surrounding areas did. Oh, it passed you? Oh, okay. No, it was right in my county. So we got a lot of it. However, there's some people that got hail and we didn't, so I don't know. Garlic
Well,
has
that's
a lot
good because if you got
what they don't like people to know is it eats away the cell membrane and destroys cells. So overall, it causes more harm. I use it for liquid mosquito repellent. Huh? It eats away your cell membrane? What?
I've never heard that.
I've never heard of that either.
I'll have to do some research. I'll have to look that up. See what.
So 54 Cal, you're in PA, so you're pretty close to me. I live about an hour away from PA. And so yeah, we're getting storms all in that area right there. I don't give seeds as gifts. Well, one, people will think I'm a nut. The family that I have, like, they don't really grow anything like that. So I gave seeds, they would think I don't know. They wouldn't like that very much. Hey, Mountain Grandma, thanks for coming in. Wow. Yeah, storms have been, I don't know why, but storms have been really bad. And I think I kind of know why. It's because we're gotten hot so quickly.
Yeah.
And it's just, and springtime usually brings storms anyway. Like we usually have a little bit of turbulence, I guess you would say.
Yeah, but when we have that big temperature change because of the storms, that's when we get the worst storms.
I planted onions, but they are the little green. They're not green. They're red onions, and they're like the little. I forget what they call it, bearded. They're a bearded onion or something like that. Anyway, I
Oh.
planted those, and I'm hoping I get to taste it because for years now I've been wanting to grow them, and I finally got another pack this year. I'm like, I'm gonna grow these. They're like red onions, but they look like those little green ones that you get, but they're red.
Oh.
So I love red onions. Love
Mhm.
red onions. So I'm
Oh,
hoping that.
pickled red onions are delicious.
Yes, on a good sandwich. You guys are making me so freaking
Oh
hungry.
yeah, in the summer. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
That happens every time we're together.
I don't like people to wonder. I'll let them know I'm a nut straight out the gate. Ginger Ninja.
There you go.
I always keep people guessing, I think.
I'm a straight up nut anyway, so but I'm looking for my tribe. So if you're my kind of nut, let me know.
I love a good red onion on a hamburger. Oh,
Mhm.
what? And I love Hartful, not Hartful Hardware. There's a Hartful Kitchen that's next door. They sell a lot of their foods and whatever.
Mhm.
They have a pasta salad that has red onions in it.
Ooh.
It's so freaking good. Oh, I might go there tomorrow after work just to get a quart of it.
I'm
They sell their
sorry.
stuff. They sell soups and stuff by quart, and you can go there and get like foods and
Ooh.
all different kinds of stuff. I dehydrated onion tops to make a powder. That's awesome. Oh my god, you guys, my herbs have gone crazy this year. I have to get in there and chop some of them down. And by the way, I found out that Rupert really likes lemon balm.
Perfect.
Yeah, he doesn't like lovage though. I would think that he would like lovage. I gave him some of it. Nope. He loves the lemon balm though. Loves it. So I've been chopping some down and giving it to him.
I love lemon balm. I didn't know how much I loved lemon balm until I grew it, and I
It just
absolutely
smells
love it.
amazing. Yeah.
Mhm. Wait till I'm there and chop down some. I'll take some and dry it. Make some.
Okay.
Have you made a tincture?
Yeah, I've made it. It's in the fridge. I keep it in the fridge.
Perfect. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I use them when we're sick,
Mm-hmm.
mainly. I don't take it every day or anything. I'm going to make me some garlic scape fries tomorrow. Oh, you're making me so hungry. Call my sister-in-law. I made a really good antipasta with onions. Oh my gosh. It's the best. I don't know where I saw it at, but they said that noodles that are cooked and then made into a pasta salad are way better for you than noodles just like cooked and you eat them. They said that there's a process or something that they go through and they're like less calories or something. They're really good for you. I don't know why. Maybe it's because they're cooked and then they get cold. I don't know. But
Could be. Could be. I don't know. I don't care. I like cold pasta salads. I like hot noodles. I love noodles.
me too. There's been a couple times though, like I get impatient for my pasta salad and I'll put the cheese in there a little too when it's too hot and my little cheeses will melt and look all deformed. Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know, Magic. I would just repeating what I saw on TV. And they said that's something that they're better for you when they're cooked and they're cold like that. So I don't know. They say that about potatoes too. And I don't know
I'm
if that's true
sorry.
or not. Maybe
I'm
they're
sorry.
less starchy or something.
Oh, could be. It could be because it takes some of the starch out.
Yeah. Not like I took that little. I think I watched it on the news or something. I didn't take that to heart and like ate 5 boxes of pasta that week, like thinking that that was just. I don't really. I do a little more research than that. I've heard that about pasta digest and better when it's cold, but a lot of things taste better after they have been refrigerated overnight. Yes, and that's including spaghetti sauce. It's always better the next day. Chili, it's always better the next day.
Yeah, chili is and lasagna. Lasagna is
Mhm.
always better after it's been chilled and reheated. Always.
Sarita wants to know, do you pickle onions or beets?
I have done both. I prefer to pickle onions. I love pickled red onions, and I'm not a big fan of beets. I think they taste like dirt. And
Yes,
so
me too.
I I'm gonna try them roasted though. I have never tried them roasted in the oven with like some olive oil, and I'm gonna try them roasted in the oven. And if I don't like them that way, then I'm just gonna give up. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I
I'm
can't
not.
get
They're
past
so
the
good for
smell
you.
of
Beets
They
are
just
really,
smell
really
like
good.
dirt.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're supposed to be
yeah,
really good for your stomach,
yeah.
but
I
I
want
just
to
can't
make
get.
some. I want to make some kvass, which is a fermented beet drink, but they taste like dirt. I don't want to make anything I don't like to eat or drink. So I don't know. I'm going to make it. It's on my to-do list in 2024. Um I did do some pickled beets. I really, really liked them, but I like them like on my antipasta tray at Christmas, and that's it. Like I don't want to eat them all year. I'll eat them
Yeah.
at on a holiday, but that's it. So,
Um, I okay. As a now since I'm a lunch lady, we have served meatball subs like 2 weeks in a row. Must be like the easiest thing to make ever. Like these
oh
poor
yeah.
kids, they're eating meatball subs constantly.
But you can make them so many different ways. You can make them like a stroganoff with like a cream sauce, uh,
Ooh,
or you can make them like with pasta sauce, tomato sauce. I can meatballs both ways, and then I use them to make meatball subs for the boys.
do you
But
use
not
frozen? Do you froze it free? Do you use frozen and then can them, or do you make your
no,
own?
I make them. I make
Oh
them.
my god,
Yeah,
frozen ones are horrible.
they're just like rubber.
Yes, they don't taste good at all. I can
It's
always
like
tell a huge difference.
it's like chewing on car tires. They're not. Yeah, the one when I make them from scratch, you have to braise them so that they're hold their shape before you can them. But they're not that hard. It's easy to make them. You just get a little tiny ice cream scoop, and once you get everything all mixed up, you just scoop them out, and yeah.
Yeah, I. By the way, my favorite meatballs are the ones that I make stuffed peppers with.
Ooh.
I always make extra ones and throw them in there with the stuffed peppers so I can have that. That with mashed potatoes, it's like yes.
You could can that. That sounds really good, but you could can't because you can make an unstuffed pepper soup.
Mm,
So all you have to do is just throw the meatballs in your tomatoes and pepper mix and can it.
yeah, that sounds good.
Actually, it really
And I
does.
got tons of tomato juice. I need to do that.
Yeah. So you could do that. Do it just season it the way you do your stuffed peppers, and do everything but the rice and can
Yeah,
it.
that's the thing though, is I like the rice in it. It's so good.
Yeah, but when you could make some rice in your rice cooker and throw it in when you open the jar.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You know, you shouldn't. You rice is one of those things. Have I canned it? Yes. Did I eat it after I can it? Yes. Does the texture change and it splits wide open and it's not that good? Again, yes. So it's not something I tend to can on purpose. I will can leftovers, but the trade-off is I'm saving money and not wasting food, but I'm not going to can it on purpose.
Oh my gosh. Mad Chick, I have so much tomato sauce that we didn't even plant that many of the paste tomatoes this year because there's no point. I have so many jars of sauce and so many jars of juice and pizza sauce and all that stuff. I'm like, there was just no point in it this year. Next year might be my big year if I go through all that over the winter, but I can't just keep making sauce. I'm just going to have so much sauce and stuff on the shelves. It's ridiculous.
And Mark cheats. He has a freeze dryer. So, I mean, he can put everything in the freeze dryer and save space. That saves so much space.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm jealous of your freeze dryer, Mad Chick.
I could use a jar every day and still have tomato juice and stuff left over. Tomato juice is so easy to make. So that like when you're first canning and you first start out, tomato juice is probably one of the first things you want to make because it's so easy. No,
it's so versatile. You can use it.
Kaylin. Sorry, go ahead.
You can use tomato juice in just about anything. I mean, you can use it to cook with so many different ways.
It's something that's eating it, huh? Is it like eating the entire plant, like nom nom nom, or is it just eating parts of the plant and just the leaves? You could have hornworms eating it. By the way, hornworms, man, they're so sneaky. You wouldn't even know you had one. Like a lot of people go out at night with like glow in the dark lights and stuff because they glow in the dark.
The black light.
Black lights, yeah. Like sometimes
my
you don't
dad
even know
would.
you have one.
My dad would take a flashlight from the dollar store, the cheapest one you could get, and he would take red nail polish and paint the lens of the flashlight lightly with red nail polish, and then we'd go out there with those flashlights and shine for hornworms, and we'd go out. Oh, I hated that. And they stink when you smash them with rocks together, because we would smash them between two rocks. So we'd walk down the tomato rows and smash them, and they would stink so bad. Yeah. And my parents made me do that with them. Like, I was a kid. I should have been in bed. It was dark.
Yeah, I've never had gazpacho. I never really wanted to, but
It's really good.
Is it?
It's a cold tomato soup. Yeah. They serve it cold. And it has like chopped cucumbers and is a tomato base, and it's kind of spicy, but not like overly spicy.
I might have to try it then. I might like it.
There was a chain restaurant, Las Senoritas, and that was always when you got their meal deal, it always came with a soup. So that I always had gazpacho. And then I made it. It's not that hard to make. Pretty easy to make.
Hey, Devil Dog Prepper, thanks for coming in. Thank you guys for sticking it out with us for quite some time here while we just chatted up. So appreciate it. I'm sorry for the issues we had in the beginning. I don't understand how that worked, but
that was weird.
Yeah, and it's still weird because it's still not popping up. So
that is really weird. Because it sent me a notification. Like, how can it not pop up when it's sending out notifications?
Yeah, I think there's just something going on here that, I think my son is sleeping. I don't hear him rattling around down there.
That's a good thing.
I do not know how many people have entered the contest. I have to take a look at that. Hey, Howie, thanks for coming in. Yeah, we don't have a lot of hornworms. I do plant a lot of companion stuff, like
Mm.
and I also do a lot of hybrid planting as far as my tomatoes are concerned. We do have like one giant row of heirlooms, and then the rest are all hybrids. I think the hybrids do help because they keep some like viruses and stuff like that away.
Yeah.
Um,
And
but
there's a wasp that eats hornworms too.
yeah, the parasitic wasp. It'll lay its eggs on the back of the hornworm. Yuck.
Yeah.
It looks like a freaking alien creature.
Hornworms are not very cute anyway. And then they get little white blobs on the back. That doesn't add anything to the aesthetic. Nothing.
No, I don't. Otherwise, I would tell you. I don't know. I have to check. Joe and I haven't really got together on that. We haven't had like a meeting between us in a long time. We've just been busy. And then it usually when we do lives, it's so late. We talk for like maybe a half hour afterwards, and then we're like, "See you later. I'm so tired. Like I can't do this." So we'll have to get together sometime and talk about it and talk about the contests and come together on some things. But yeah, so I hope by the way, I sprayed for Japanese beetles this year. I usually that's not something I
Did
do. I'm usually pretty natural as far as that's concerned. But I couldn't take it anymore. Like the first year, raccoon ate my freaking rose bush. The second year, I had Japanese beetles eat my petals and stuff before I could even see anything. And then this year I sprayed. And I didn't spray like I sprayed an organic stuff. It's not really that
yeah.
bad. It's not like I put seven dust on everything. But I haven't seen one Japanese beetle. Not one. So
Nice.
yeah. And
Hopefully that's
my roses this year are just oh, they're so beautiful. I was so excited.
I can't wait to see them.
Yeah.
They're always so beautiful.
I'm just really excited. The one down by the road that I have, it's just the flowers on it are just so unusual, like color wise. I just love it. And then my arbor that I have, I posted pictures on Facebook. If you guys want to see pictures, I will post them on Grow Big TV. I'll send them to the community tab so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But my roses and stuff this year are just the most beautiful. Like they're really healthy. They're just super healthy this year. And I was excited about it. And my peonies have popped open. So
Ooh.
I hope that you get to see them when you come up. I hope that they stick around that long.
They were there last year, so I'm hoping. But we had an early spring.
Yeah. So there's just so much out there, and I had to water everything before I came in here. Um, so it's been kind of crazy. But when I don't work, it will be easier because right now I'm working and then
Yeah.
I come home and I have to pick up Fred, and it's just like it's craziness right now. So right, we should really have to vet gardeners now to see what their views are on GMOs. Yeah, I'm just not a fan. I mean, I will interview somebody that has a positive aspect about GMOs. I don't like confrontations with people. I will totally respect somebody's opinion, you
Mm-hmm.
know? But as far as my own opinion and how I feel about things, I am not a GMO person. I will never grow a GMO. I'm against it completely. But, I will listen to other people's points of view about it. I'm not a complete a-hole. You know what I mean? Like I don't like to argue with people. I just will listen to them, but I have my own opinions about stuff. And that's one. I like to be pretty open-minded as far as certain aspects are concerned. So I will listen. But GMOs are just sometimes I can't hide my facial expressions very well either. So if I'm talking to another person about GMOs and my face goes or something like that, I can't hide that very well. So
Uh-oh.
did we lose you, Rebel? Oh, you're
Let
there.
me turn this off. Ugh.
Well, that's cool, Ginger. My son just wants to destroy it and play in the water. He was ticking me off so bad earlier. All he wanted me to do was squirt him with the hose. I'm like, Fred, I have to water these plants. I can't just stand here and squirt you with the hose. He likes that. Yeah, let's see. I try so hard to stay away from GMO stuff, but it keeps getting harder and harder. It's not really hard for me because I just don't buy it. I won't buy anything related. Oh, you mean like as far as groceries are concerned? You just can't get away. You can't. You can't. I try to grow as much as I can, but as far as groceries are concerned, you can't. Everything's bioengineered or whatever. It's so annoying. Well, man, chicks, sometimes we have to have opposing opinions. We can't just have our own opinions all the time. Sometimes it's good to hear um, an opposite opinion. And, and it's good to hear it. And that way you can even be more educated on the subject as well. So when you tell somebody why you don't like a GMO, well, this is why I don't like GMOs, because I listened to this guy and he told me this, this, and this, and this, and this is really why I don't like it. So it's educational. Yeah, raises the rhubarb, or yeah. All seeds the next year are GMO genetic modification happen in nature. It's genetically engineered seeds you don't want. Yeah. Corky. We put some St. Gabriel's organic milky spores, natural bacteria in our grape pots to kill Japanese. Oh, cool. I didn't even know that was a thing. That's really cool. Thank you for telling me that. Sorry. My boy too, although the newness wears off after a while. You know what's funny about that is I bought Fred a slip and slide for summer, and he already used it once on a day that was like 80 degrees. He was flipping over it. He loved it. It's okay, Double Dog. That I understand. After a minute, I knew what you meant. Just took me a minute to read it. Well, we have to bring that kind of stuff to life. We have to. That's why we have roundtable discussions too. We want to know everybody's opinion about it, not just our own. I want to be a well-rounded individual when it comes to gardening, and I got to know every aspect of gardening um, to make my own opinions about things. So, if the GMO thing, even though I'm against it, I will still hear somebody I will still hear somebody talk about it because I'm curious as to what they have to say. Watering hose protocol. One spray per. Oh, if he really annoys me, I just squirt him in the face. Then he comes back for more. He comes back for more after I do that. I'm like, you little turd. Yeah. It was more about Roundup that he said, "Oh, I know, honey. I know. It's tough. It's that took me for a loop too. And I respect his opinion. However, that's not my voice. That's not how I feel about things. And so, and actually I was reading today because somebody was telling me how glyphosate and Roundup can be it's totally safe if on the regular person's if they're using it on their driveway or whatever, that it's completely safe. I'm like, no, because all you're doing is contributing to what's already out there. They did tests, and in these tests, water tests, each one, I think they like every one had 90% tested 90% for glyphosate. So all of our water has it in it. Like almost 50% of our water has glyphosate in it. That's nuts. So there's things that are going on. We're poisoning our water system. We used to have the best water in the world, remember? Like, and now it's like it's kind of, in 2023 they came out with that glyphosate thing. I'm like, so we've been drinking it like all this time. You know, it's kind of makes me sick to my stomach. Yeah, thank you, Joe. Swoop like me. Hello. What's up? Some science is good, some is bad. But yeah, you just always have to learn, you know, just like, as far as politics are concerned, too. I usually don't talk about that, but I usually listen to both sides. I listen to both sides because I need to know what's going on. I need to know what that person said, what's really going on, because you hear the news and the news will only tell you one thing of it. So if I listen to both sides, then I can establish my own opinion and be open-minded, So I try to do that. I try to do that with everything. I know. And I got a lot going on in my head. I got a lot going on up there. Thank you for coming in, Swoop. I took care of, oh, sorry. I'm a little bit backed up here. Hold on. Took care of a raw patient who had cancer from Roundup. Oh, I'm so sorry. That's horrible. Yeah, that is a true thing. In the words of Woody, somebody poisoned the water hole. Glyphosate is not degraded by light. It doesn't evaporate. Where does it go? It's in our drinking water. It's in our food. It's everywhere, guys. It's everywhere. It's horrible. It's in our food. It's in our water. You take a shower. I'm concerned. I run on a well. Well, there's a field down for me that they use farm grade glyphosate in their fields every year. And you can't tell me that's not in my groundwater. And I've had a lot of people on my street that have died from cancer, including my father. I'm not saying that they're linked. I am not a doctor, but it's out there. So, yes, we have to develop our own opinions because we can't let other people think for us. We have to think for ourselves, right? So we listen to both sides, we develop our opinion from that, and that's what makes us individuals, right? Right. I was just notified you featured me. Oh, okay. Hi, Georgia Suburban Homestead. Thank you for coming in. Sorry, I'm just going down the line here. The city water treatment plant runs one of the most expensive filtration systems in the county just to make it safe to drink. Yeah, that's crappy. That shouldn't be. We should just be able to drink water, right? Glyphosate. Thank you. Let's see. I will ask people from now on if they grow the GMO before trading seeds. Yes, yes, yes. You need to ask every time now because it's out there now. And you don't want to contaminate what you've got. Or even if it more than likely most of your stuff is contaminated, especially if you're growing corn and whatnot, but you got to keep it down as much as possible. You don't want that in your in your stuff. But yes, you always need to ask now because the purple tomato's out there. Meant the country we got so much runoff from the large farms. Yes. Follow the money to see who's getting paid off. Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. I can't go into that, but yes. Do your own research. Figure it out. It's out there. Who owns the most land in the United States? It's certainly not the United States. Check it out. Yeah, so GMOs, genetically modified, happens naturally throughout cross-pollination. GEs, genetically engineered, happy. It doesn't have GMO doesn't happen naturally. Not typically. There's only certain, as of lately, there's only been a handful of crops that are actually GMO. The purple tomato is the first that's been in the public eye that people could actually buy it and trade it and grow it. But before that, it was just like your corn and stuff like that. And before that, you couldn't even buy it. You had to have a license to buy that. You had to be a farmer to buy that kind of stuff. So when the purple tomato, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Sign an agreement. You had to sign an agreement not to pass the seeds on to anybody else.
Right.
And now
so when the purple tomato came out, that's why people were ticked off. Because before it was just a handful of crops that were actually GMO. Now everybody can do it. And that's not okay, in my opinion. So just make sure when you're saving seeds and stuff like that, and you're getting them from other people and doing seed exchanges, then make sure that you know that they are not GMO. And those people should be obligated to put that on their packaging or to tell you. It's a really big thing. So people should tell you if it could have possibly been contaminated with that. So
I believe that like natural selection, where I cross pollinate one corn with another corn and I get another variety. That's fine. That's wonderful. That is not GMO. GMO is genetically modified organism, and the first one that I was aware of is they took a gene from a pig and put it into a tomato and made that tomato last longer on your store shelf. But there are several groups that don't want to eat pork, and they're getting it unknowingly by eating tomatoes. And so I want to know what's in my food. I have a lot of food allergies. I want to know what I'm getting at the grocery store or what I'm growing for my family. I don't want a Snapdragon gene in my tomato, even to make it pretty. I want to know.
Yeah, because I don't go. I mean, I have Snapdragons out there. You don't see me going out there and eating them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not happening.
So that a GMO only happens in a laboratory. That is not the same as naturally cross-pollinating, which can happen. And it does happen, and that's how you create wonderful new varieties. But that's not the same. Those are two different processes, two different things, not the same.
Ginger Ninja, you need to check Tennessee, because they're already doing that, and they're already creating laws to protect themselves, or trying to. So do a little news research, because not too long ago, they actually had people at meetings and stuff like that protesting against that, but they already are trying that in Tennessee. So just to let you know, to check that out. Plus, you don't want your purple tomato back at you. Yes, that's true. Yeah, hybrids are not the same as GMOs. Hybrids take time, though. They take, a long time to develop. And so they cross, they're not genetically modifying it. They're crossing it with other like characteristics. Say, for instance, there's this one tomato that has been grown and it, stopped viruses. So they're going to cross-pollinate with that tomato. And then there was another tomato that has a really cool looking color. So they're going to cross pollinate with that. Then they only choose the ones that look like that one. And, and it takes a long time for hybrids to be developed. So the first time I seen a cold gene from a flounder put in a cherry tomato just freaked me out. I understand, Howie. Someone took a poop in the forest and the cherry tomato was growing. Looked it up. Yuck. Yeah. Stable hybrids take years and specially focus. Yes. And usually when they first create, those are not stable hybrids. It takes a while. They have to keep growing that to stabilize it. So I don't know, but there was a movie in the 80s called Killer Tomatoes. Yes. A lot of farmers in the mountain that with equipment, they will grow whatever the government subsidizes. Well, I am learning a lot because I work with a farmer and they have 40 acres and they grow oats and they grow corn. So I'm learning a lot from her. I do not tell her my beliefs because I don't want to start an argument. So I just keep to myself and I listen to her. However, I do not believe with any methods that they're doing. They're doing everything, and she thinks glyphosate is okay. So I just think people are just set in their ways, especially farmers. They're set in their ways with it and they don't want to change. Seeds are really expensive, guys. It costs them like $1,000 for that corn. It costs them $1,000 for those oats, to plant all that. It's expensive and it's expensive to mess around with it. And that's their money. They feed their animals with that. They have cows. They feed so I don't know. I'm sorry, Mad Chick. Am I not saying glyphosate right? I thought I'm saying it correctly. Glyphosate. I never buy seeds if I can help it. Yeah, I buy my seeds because there's some cool stuff I still like to. Oh. Hello, official Jama. What's up? Too many people believe in a long time ago, and the government said that it was that. Yeah. You're right. And so we just got to stay positive with this, and we got to change as many minds as possible. But we got to do it in a way where people actually listen to us. We can't just be like yelling at people because where does that get us? Nowhere. So we have to approach them in a way that it'll work. And they'll start thinking, well, oh, okay. Well, if I grew my oats this way, I would get more. Or if I grew my corn this way, I would get more out of my soil. I would get, this is just an example. It's not true. Instead of getting that 6-foot tall corn, you'd get 12-foot tall corn. You know what I'm saying? So we just have to approach people in a manner where they're going to listen to us, not in a manner where we're going to, oh my gosh, and shove it down their throats. Yes. Yeah. I agree with you, Ginger. We got to approach there's just a lot of people out there that they won't listen. They just won't listen. Where are we at? We're at an hour and 47 minutes. Oh my gosh, you guys have listened to me talk and listened to Rebel talk for that long. So I appreciate it. I thank you guys for coming in tonight and hanging out with us. Don't forget we have memberships. We'll be back on track next week. We have very busy lives outside of Grow Big TV as well. Joe is getting a new job and he's trying to do Uber and all of this stuff. And then once I stop my job for the year, my life will be a little more easy, and I won't feel like I'm rushing around like a chicken with my head cut off to try and hurry up and make it to Grow Big TV. So, um, so hopefully things will get back into place then as well. So, Rebel, do you have anything you would want to say before we end the show tonight?
Just can all you can this summer. Fill your jars up, preserve your harvest, grow something you haven't tried yet. Learn, do something to enhance your skills, because having a garden or even just food preservation is something that you can do without having a lot of land. So, enhance your skills this summer.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'm glad you enjoyed the chat this evening. I was kind of worried. I didn't really have any specific topics, but you can always ask Rebel. You could always ask me any questions. And if I really don't know the answer to any canning questions, then I will go to Rebel, because that's what I do. It's like 11 o'clock at night. Tammy, am I doing this right?
And if I don't know the answer, I've got a book right here that has the answer. I'll look it up.
I'll never forget I did that.
always...
You're like, well, I'm in a tent right now, and I'm not supposed to be on my phone.
Yeah. I will answer you no matter where I am, no matter what I'm doing, even if I'm, at a children's camp where I'm not supposed to have my phone out in front of the kids. I will answer your phone call if I have to go hide in a tent.
But thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight, and we will see you next week, Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out. You really got to know me tonight, because this is my personality and who I am and how I talk. So it's not so much just this for an interview. So you really got to know us tonight, and we will see you all next time. Thank you all, and you have a good night.